Gamer News for the week of March 22nd, 2013, presented by PwnEm.com. We're going to start things off with recent releases. So we have The Walking Dead, Survival Instinct, WWE 13, Sniper Elite V2, Gears of War Judgment, which was a 360 exclusive, Hyperdimension, Neptunia Victory, which is a PS3 exclusive, and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which is a Wii U and 3DS exclusive. On the PC, we have Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition. And out of these, so far I've only played The Walking Dead Survival Instinct. I actually pre-ordered it and played it so far for about an hour. I've seen mixed reviews on the web. Apparently Kotaku hated it. So far I've enjoyed it. Like I said, though, I've only played about an hour into it. Start off with the good. Definitely it's very survival based. Ammo is somewhat scarce. There's obviously, zombies are out to get you, so you have to be very stealth. This is not like Left 4 Dead where, you rush in, unload the clip, and, horde comes in, you can fight them off like Rambo and survive. With this, you do that. You have to be a lot more stealth and tactical. Which, if you like stealth-based games, definitely fun. If looking for something more fast-paced, it probably won't appeal to you as much because it'll get a little slow and kind of frustrating too. Actually, I personally am not usually a fan of stealth, but I've gotten used to it so far, so we'll see how it holds up. Now the bad. Graphic-wise, it's not that good. Graphics look a little bit dated. Not the best, but for me, they're fine. I'm not very demanding when it comes to graphics. As long as the gameplay is there, that's fine for me. Also, another thing is that it's not open world. It's very linear. However, it's not 100% linear, I'd say, because you can make some decisions, and based off those decisions, it changes the outcome a little bit. So there is some freedom there. Another cool thing is, though, that you can also control what the survivors do. As you pick up more survivors, you can actually send them off to do a couple of tasks. For example, you can send them to find ammo, to find to scout for weapons, etc. So that's pretty cool. I haven't really seen another game do that, and it also shows you the probability of them, surviving. You can actually equip them with a weapon or something to, increase their chances of coming back alive. So I thought that was pretty cool. Same thing when you're traveling on the roads. You can pick, what route to take. You can either, go through the highway, the back roads, etc. And based off what you choose, it affects how much fuel you use and other factors. So I thought that was pretty cool. There are also little side missions within the main mission. One of the early missions, which is the one that I'm up to right now, is you're supposed to get more gas from the gas station. And as you're there, you'll encounter a sheriff who needs some batteries, another person who wants some food, and you can either ignore you can either not do those objectives or just focus on the main one and such. Very similar to other games that have side missions. As far as the scare factor, zombies will catch you by surprise. Some of them actually appear to be dead and they're actually sleeping, so if you see a zombie laying on the floor, a good idea to smack the hell out of it. Just better safe than sorry, as they say. I made a mistake of not doing that several times and getting caught by surprise later on. It's pretty interesting. I had a lot of startling moments. As far as difficulty, taking down walkers one-on-one is pretty straightforward. You can actually do like this execution move, which is pretty cool. However, when you're taking a whole bunch of them on, though, it gets a little more difficult. And at that point, you'll want to avoid pissing off the horde. Otherwise, you have to do a lot of running and be very tactical to make it out alive. So like I said, this is not Left 4 Dead. You do want to be stealth as much as possible, at least. But we'll see. Overall, satisfied with what I've seen so far. I'm not extremely impressed, but I'm not extremely disappointed either. I'm optimistic about it so far, but we'll see when I get deeper into the game. Now, some news for PC gamers. AudioSurf Air is coming out, and the trailer is out already, so you can check it out. Actually wasn't too impressed by it. I actually did like the first AudioSurf. However, this new one, it just seems to look a little more extreme version of it. I don't really see what the big deal is. I can see newcomers being interested in it, which is understandable, as the AudioSurf concept is pretty cool. But for those that already own AudioSurf or have played it already, I don't really see this really catching their attention too much, unless they were a hardcore fan, and then maybe in that aspect, they might want to hop in on this. But besides that, I mean, from what I've seen in the trailer, it didn't catch my attention too much. Maybe there's some other features I don't know about, but we'll see. In other news, virtual reality is coming to Team Fortress 2 for those with an Oculus Rift dev kit. Now, if you're not familiar with the Oculus Rift, it's basically a VR headset for 3D games. You can find out more information about it at oculusvr.com. That's OCULUSVR.com. And it's a pretty interesting piece of technology. I'm actually not too familiar with it. I just recently heard about it, but definitely looks promising. I haven't seen a VR system in a while that actually got mainstream appeal. It'll be a nice. Hopefully, I hope it doesn't end up being another Virtual Boy. Also, there's a new free-to-play collectible card game going to be released by Blizzard. It's called Heroes of Warcraft. And there's not much info about it, but there is a trailer, and you can check it out. And it looks pretty interesting. I'm not actually familiar with the Warcraft trading card game, though. But if it's anything similar to Magic, should be a fun thing to try out. And hey, it's free to play, so why not? And moving on to console news, Eurogamer reports on a rumor that the next Xbox will not support playing games from the disc due to DRM. If this were true, it would mean that used games are a no-go, and I'm actually not too happy about that if that is true, as I don't agree with that business model. Although I guess it can be argued that it's just like the PC, but I mean, that's why I play. That's why I have a console as well, to not deal with that issue. On the subject of rumors, it's now a good time to talk about the PS4. According to Tech Radar, while a concrete release date has not yet been revealed, the console is expected to be available in the United States for the 2013 holiday season. PS3 backwards compatibility is not going to be supported either out of the box. As for speculations, the price tag could be around $450. The existing Move accessory may or may not be replaced by something more superior. And the issue with the used games has not yet been officially addressed either. So we'll see. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut is coming out for the Wii U, and it's going to offer some new features. Straight from the press release, the Director's Cut offers a full slate of Wii U gamepad features, including touchscreen hacking, interactive map editing, augmented sniping, grenade throwbacks, and many other neural hub enhancements. Along with in-depth Miiverse integration, the Director's Cut also provides access to developer commentaries and in-game guides. I think that these features could potentially, enhance it a little bit. I'm not sure, though, if you already own the game, if you'd repurchase it on the Wii U to try it out. I mean, I think it would have to be really immersive for that to happen. But for a newcomer, I think it definitely make it appealing to get it on the Wii U. And for those fans of Western games, there's a game called Secret Ponchos that had a trailer released late last week, and it looks pretty promising. It's going to be out for the 360 and PS3. It's basically a Western online multiplayer shooter. Players can create and customize their own outlaws, which can be upgraded using reputation points. Looks pretty interesting. Haven't seen a Western shooter in a while of this nature. Aside from Red Dead Redemption, I think the other multiplayer Wild West shooter was probably Lead in Gold, the Gangs of the Wild West, which was released a while back. However, this is not a third-person shooter like that. It's more top-down. And, it looks like a fun game, to pass the time with, and hoping it's good. Another upcoming game is Mars Warlogs. The official website was updated earlier this week, and the game description straight from the devs. Water is the most precious resource on the planet, and different corporations are fighting to gain control of it. In the midst of this ruthless struggle, you play Roy Temperance, an adventurer with many talents, and immerse yourself in an intense cyberpunk RPG set on the Red Planet. The game's supposed to have a skill tree system, and, I hope it's good, and maybe something along the lines of Path of Exile. If it follows that, I think it has some potential. And we'll see. A game on Mars. What does the future hold? Well, that concludes this podcast. Thanks for listening, and your feedback is always appreciated. If you're watching this on YouTube and like what you see, please consider subscribing and checking out the website at www.PwnEm.com. You can also support the show by going to www.PwnEm.com/shop.